So this is a new built-in public session today with a special guest. This is Andrea Bello from Codex, and we wanted to show you a few things. But before we go sort of into the code, Andrea, can you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about Codex?
Sure. So my name is Andrea Bello. I'm from Switzerland. I'm the CEO of Codex. Codex want to change a little bit the game in the Web3 space. So we want to make able user to develop application without any line of code. So basically, you just compile a form, put the data, insert the functionality you want to have. When you click deploy, you don't need to handle backend, front-end, smart contract, but everything is deployed automatically. So this
Awesome.
is very short.
Is it like more for end users, like let's say non-tech, or is it for developers?
So the main idea is for not tech people. So finally, normal entrepreneur in Web2 can join Web3 without understanding the deep functionality about the blockchain. But as well for developer can help a lot to simplify and having a working product without need to code. After they can add the functionality because the code is open source.
Okay, and like what stage of development are you right now?
So we are close to go to private testnet, so people can join and helping us to finding bug, testing the product. Next step, we go to public testnet and mainnet in Q4 2024.
Including people in the Arthera community, right?
Exactly. The private testnet will be for our partner, so they can start to join and testing the product. They can redeploy, of course, everything in Arthera, but we're offering a multi-chain solution. So in the same time, you can deploy in other ecosystem.
Oh, nice. Okay, this I didn't know. I didn't know that. Great. So maybe another question. So it's a tool that will allow everyone to sort of shape smart contract and then deploy eventually on several chain.
Yes. So let's take an example. If you want to build a launchpad, you can just configure the functionality of your launchpad. For example, if you want incubation, no. If you want to use milestone for deliver the fund, for protect from fraud or for scam activity. When you set up all your configuration, you go in the design configuration. So you put your logo, your like color template, font, everything you like. When you arrive to the point to deploy, you can deploy in Arthera, you can deploy in Binance, in Cosmos, or in Polkadot, for example.
All right, but you deploy the smart contract and you end up with an interface for it.
Yes, we deploy front end, back end, and smart contract.
All right, that's a lot. I mean, so you would sort of prepare your smart contracts and shape it as you want, and then also build the interface that goes with it, right?
Yes. For each ecosystem you choose, we work directly with SDK and API provided by the ecosystem. So the backend will work with the specific tools the chain provide, and the front end is full custom by the user.
All right, and do they have their own website, or is it on Codex website maybe?
No, we deploy using a free web host where you can check your application, and when you want, you connect your domain and you go online.
Wow. Okay. Okay. It sounds it sounds great. I didn't know it was you guys wanted to go that far. Like
Yes.
I was thinking,
And
I was thinking it was like deployment of the contracts, and then you do what you can for the interface. But you guys will also provide the like interface for these things.
exactly. So that's what makes us different from the actual competitor. The competitor in the market now, you can deploy a smart contract with no code, but not a full working application.
Okay. Okay, excellent. Excellent. And so
One
maybe,
other point, what we provide for the user is a way to build with a subscription model. So when you want to deploy application, you can set up to have a subscription model, so you can pay monthly, and if you pay monthly you get update, security check, and everything. So you stay with us and we provide all the time everything updated.
that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me, and that's kind of also what we want to, offer everyone, like this possibility to also to manage your subscriptions, by the way, and eventually allow people to pay in fiat as well.
Yes.
That's also part of what we do at Arthera. Awesome. And maybe you have a few use cases in mind. Specifically, you were talking about a launchpad, like if you want to launch your own token, something like that.
Yes, for token deployment, we have a very large possibility about token utility, STO, liquidity token, but we can go as well with NFT. You can create a collection. You can create an NFT for a domain name service. Name service is one other functionality. We have a launchpad. We will deploy no-code SEX and DEX, no-code swap solution, trading. So everything existing in the blockchain we want to integrate with the no-code application.
All right. All right. Uh, I want to ask, when release?
Yes, of course, we deploy step by step. So we start with
Yeah.
3 or 4 product. We go to market, we get attraction, and with the revenue, we reinvest for new applications. So
That's perfect.
it's growing and it's
Yeah, sure. You really can go like really step by step and add functionalities as you grow. So that's
And this maybe for all your communities very interesting because our ecosystem is based in proof of contribution. So everybody can come and helping us to build not only in tech side, but in marketing, in legal structure. And for each improvement you help us, we give you a royalty forever for each time people using the new, because application don't need only technology, need the user, need legal support. So for example, if some people from Arthera helping us to get a new user for a D app, each time this D app generate revenue, we split 50-50 with the people helping us to get the user.
wow. Okay, this I didn't know either. Like, not only you can contribute and eventually come with your own code or your own app, let's say, that you would like to add to Codex, but you also get some support and revenue sharing here. That's
Yes. For one simple example, we have a no code for a name service. And what's missing is a user. So if you take user, each user is registered under you. Each time this user spend any single cent in the blockchain, 50% go back to you. So this is for incentivate, for example, marketing agency or influencer to working for a long-term revenue.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And so, how about we try to deploy something?
Yes.
So what we eventually would like to do, if you want to start sharing your screen, so what are we going to deploy today?
So first of all, we work with Remix because for not expert developer, you don't need to deal with a line of code, but you can use the console and just copy paste your code. and starting to compile and interact with the smart contract. So
Mm-hmm.
for like you can take from internet some template in AVM and try to redeploy in Arthera without starting to deal with a lot of line of code, error, and problems. So this is a good way for starting. And you can see this is the normal compiler. You can paste your code. This code is for having a Ethereum name service for Arthera blockchain.
Okay, just for info for everyone, we will share the links of everything we kind of talk about in the show notes when we're done. So
Yes. So this contract is a standard Ethereum name service contract. So helping people to buy, sell, trade, domain in Ethereum network.
Mhm.
And what we added is the configuration for Arthera. So from this point, is not the template contract, but is what is specified for Arthera network.
Mhm.
Why is in yellow? Because it's over bytes. So meaning if we deploy now in a mainnet, it's too heavy. So in the future, when we are ready to mainnet, we need to a little bit short the contract or maybe split in 2 or 3 different functionalities.
Mhm. Yes, I think there's a way. Can you show the error again? I think there's probably some way to. I don't I don't see it super well. Okay. Yeah. The spurious dragon error. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you see the spurious dragon, it means that maybe the contract is kind of too big somehow.
Yeah, this is kind of big if you can check
Yeah.
history.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is
But there's a way.
for this
If I'm not mistaken, the spurious dragon error, you can sort of configure and remove some of the limits, right?
yes.
Okay.
And in general, you can force the deployment, but this
Yeah.
is not suggested. But always you can deploy.
Okay.
Uh, Basically, this help us to see which one was the template from a domain name service, so the one with a yellow, and what we added is in yellow all the functionality.
All right.
Now I go to Artera documentation.
Maybe. How about? Yeah, that's the good reflex. Do we want to try to like? Does it already compiles, right?
Yes, but because I already inside the subscription model, so I just show
Ah.
what we do.
Okay.
So basically, we go to the official documentation,
Yep.
and we start to add this part of code.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, in my code, before starting with Artera code, we adding this side, exactly copy paste.
Yeah, but just a question: you don't? Yeah, I mean, you already deployed it. You already deployed it without, right? Because I think it's always nice. If I'm not mistaken, it's always nice to deploy it without the subscriptions, and then add the subscription. I don't know if you agree.
Okay, let's remove.
I think Bertrand called it once. How was it called? ISO functional deployment, something like that. So you take your contract as it is, and try to deploy on Arthera once, and then you add the subscription to to make it easy.
So wait a second.
Yep. So that compiles already. We have.
Yeah, now it's just updating. Now it's compiling.
All right. Okay, so we have this. Let's say the dragon warning. Okay.
Yes. So now it's compiled, of
Yep.
course, giving the warning, like for example, the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, this one and others. What is good now, Remix help you, so you can ask directly ChatGPT helping you to find the error or solve the. So it's very good.
Really?
Tools.
And does that work? Does that work? Like,
Yeah. And now start to speaking. I give you a suggestion about the
wow.
warning.
Okay.
That's very good.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean,
So
personally.
now the important part is the the ABI and the bytecode. So if you want to interact not with the deployed contract, but for builder, you can just copy paste in your code and start to use for interact with the smart contract. So with this, you don't need to deploy in the token, but you can use for interact in your chain.
Yep.
And after we go to the deploy section, I already put my Arthera wallet.
Okay.
And we have, yeah, so this domain service have different functionality inside the same smart contract. We try to deploy Arthera name service. We click deploy. This is the warning about the size that we forced. Now this I already deployed before. Let me clean everything. We do again. Okay. Force. Okay, the transaction is confirmed, and now we have the deployed token. So this is all the interaction you can do inside.
Wow, okay.
And it's already a lot.
Yes, yes. That's already a lot. Absolutely.
But for example,
And so
just
what are the sort of important functions here? I guess like buying a domain, right?
yeah, I have a burn,
Burn.
buy domain, this one. We have withdraw, or you can interact with, for example, get price, and this already send you the price, the currency price. Get subscription owner. This is come from your code directly. So the answer is who manage the subscription right now? Who is the owner of the subscription?
In this case, it's going to be you. This is your address,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly. Same of the owner of the smart contract. So
Yeah.
you can check.
Yeah, that's what I usually do as well, because if the contract has if the contract is ownable, like you have a special owner, then it's kind of practical to give it to give this function the contract owner address. I don't know if I'm super clear, but can you show us in the code where is that special function?
Yes. So we put in the last because it's more simple to
yes
manage.
yes.
So this function return the owner.
All right.
And we have the second one, support interface.
Yep. That's needed, if I'm not mistaken. That's needed because the subscription owner has to be an EUA, so it cannot be a contract or something like that. There's a rule around that. So yeah, okay.
So basically, from the documentation you already can found in Arthera, for adding the subscription, you just need to adding this line of code in the top of your code and adding functionality. So these two functionality, and is helping you to set up the base of the subscription.
Yes. And as let's say so in the contract, is it so we already all set up, right? We have these two functions at the end of the contract, and
yes.
And then does it
And you can already checking the owner like what we do before. And what we can check as well is copying the smart contract address, go in Arthera, Arthera scan, Arthera Explorer.
Yep. Yeah, to see, sort of, to see with our own eyes if it's actually on chain. But anyway, that's remix. So
we just need to copy the contract. Oh, wait.
yeah, for info, maybe.
Yes. So this.
For info, we, about the contract verification. How to explain that? Recently, I did a section in the documentation about contract verification, and also we did a previous session talking about the contract verification only. We made the required pull request to Sourcify. I don't know if you're familiar with Sourcify. And this will actually allow us to provide sort of automatic contract verification, because right now it's not perfect, I would say, like in the Explorer, as you just shown.
Now
It's not perfect.
Explorer.
It's not perfect because if you go down a bit, we will see that you can get the contract verified. No, I think it's where is that? On the contract page. Yeah, that's a block. Okay.
Yeah, that's the block. Just checking. Yeah, but yeah, what I think, yeah, maybe. Okay, now we close. Maybe you want to share what do you mean?
Yes. Yes, I will do that. That's an excellent idea. How do I share my screen? There. What did I mean? Explorer. So that's the Explorer. Let's check. Yeah, verified contract, but that's not exactly what I meant. Maybe we can take a contract. Oh, you know what? We're gonna take. Haha, we're gonna use this contract. That's some upcoming app we're working on. So this is basically a DAO contract, actually. And so there, what I wanted to say is that you click on this contract tab, and then of course you can go ahead and verify and publish. But for this specific contract, you have a lot of inheritances. So the contract inherit from a lot of different contracts. And so, okay, we have several ways to verify it, but I mean, it's not, it's possible, but since the contract is a little bit complex, it's you have to flatten the source. So this is something you can do, or you have other ways to do it. But for me, like, the best way to do it is to have it programmatically in Hard Hat or even Foundry. Why not? Where when you deploy a contract, it automatically gets verified on chain, and that's and I think that's better. And we're going to have it because Bertrand did his pull request to Sourcify a few days ago, and so the guys will add support for Arthera, and then we can add it in any Hard Hat project, right? So yeah, That's what I wanted to say. So maybe you can maybe you can share your screen again if you can. And also, if we can say just just a few words about the subscriptions integration. Right. So so we have these two functions in the contract, but we also have a small interface, right? That's somewhere. It's supposed to be somewhere in the contract. You know I think it's called I subscription owner contract, something like that.
Let's check subscription. This I subscription owner, this one.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So that's interesting because it's that you can have it as a separated contract, or you can have it within the contract itself. So that's fine. So this is just perfect. And so yeah, integrating Arthera is just literally a few lines of code. And on top of that, I want to add that when you add Arthera, you also want to actually subscribe as a DApp owner, right? So, and in order to do that, you can do that actually from the wallet, from Arthera's wallet. So the idea is to how to say that. So you deploy your contract. You're the contract owner, and you're also the subscription owner. So with this address, you want to subscribe for a specific plan, because on Arthera you have plans for people, like something like $1 per month, something like that, instead of paying gas fees. Or you can subscribe as an application owner. And then once you've done that, you can, I don't know if you're already aware of that, but once you've done that, you can actually whitelist your users. So that's kind of the next step. We don't need. Yeah.
Maybe I can share my screen so we can.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. So that's the sort of wallet interface. This is going to be also present in the what we call the SMP, the subscription management platform, where you can, it's because on the wallet interface, for the moment you can only just subscribe with sort of default parameters. But in the subscription management platform, you'll be able to update a certain number of things, and you have access to all these functions of the what we call the subscribers contract. That's one of the system contracts. And what did I want to say? Yeah, the whitelisting. Yeah, because as an application owner, you will whitelist your users. So in most cases, you will eventually ask the users to pay a little something to use, to subscribe to your application. Okay, but you also, if it's a free application, you also can sort of systematically whitelist any user that's sort of logging to your service, and let them interact for free, like without paying any gas fees with your app.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, on this I also can add that like right now we're actually checking like a lot of different wallets because all it's not all the wallets that allow us to do that. So that's a work in progress on our side, but yeah, we're going pretty fast. So cool. And so maybe you can. Is it possible to show an interaction with the contract you just deployed?
So we just have interaction using Remix, like what I showed you before.
Yeah. But a basic interaction would be like, is it possible for you to buy a domain name right now, or maybe not? Huh?
No, we are building the interface, so we can show maybe next week we can do another section, and we can go to the next step. We put a basic interface and we interact with the
But yeah, but not necessarily with just using Remix.
Yes.
Is it possible to to call one function, maybe call the how's it called, buy? Maybe there's a buy function or something. If it's possible, like, because I can't read it. What's the name of the parameters here?
Wait, better now?
Not really, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, if you know, do you know like the two two parameters to add to the main?
I don't test that. So
Okay.
what we can try is to use some functionality like what we do before.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, let's see. We want by domain.
Maybe we can just give it a try and see what happens. Yeah, I can see the title. So there's domain and TID or TLD.
Yeah, TLD.
What is TLD?
Wait. Out of code.
I'm not sure if it's possible. I'm just.
Yeah, you know, now I have this Zoom. I cannot see now. Okay.
Or maybe you just give it two strings and
So now terabyte domain is pending. Yeah, because now it's not initialized the domain, so we need to run the database with all the domain inside, so the domain can interact with the smart contract.
I knew it. Sometimes like there's always like sometimes it requires some previous actions, typically initialization, and this.
But for example, is set whitelist.
Okay.
Now we execute and it's fine. So
okay, cool.
This executed, and you can check all the detail about the transaction.
Awesome. And so the future users of Codex will be allowed to deploy their own name service. That's what you're telling me, huh? That's one of the contracts.
Exactly.
That's one of the contract.
Let's say one of your project running a Dex in Arthera, they can create .r name and sharing all the domain to the community. And they can use this domain as like prioritizing the exchange, giving discount or whatever they want. So it's a tools for managing and growing the community as well. and make revenue, of course, because domain service is a good business model.
Yeah, I see.
And one of your community can be the first creating name service, name it Arthera, .arthera.
Dot Arthera or even eventually .art. Why not? No, that can be fun.
Yes.
That can be fun. Yeah.
So the first one to do can be a very good because the first manage can make a lot
First
of money.
arrive, first served. Yeah.
We will create a wide waiting list for people. So this is for prioritize the community so they can join and start to subscribe for the
All
new
right.
page.
All right. Do I have other questions? I think we've shown already kind of already a lot. And so we can imagine that users will be able to sort of customize somehow the contract before he or she deploys, right?
Yes, they can set up, for example, in the domain, the price depending of how many character you want to sell. So each one need to customize which name you want to sell, what will be the price in the subscription, because name service is full based in subscription. So 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, and after they can trade the domain, they can create collection. So it's not only buying the domain, but have some marketplace for manage everything.
All right. And yeah, I think we it's already a lot. I have just one comment about security. I think I'm not sure I'm allowed to to share, so I will keep it for I will keep it for me for now. But we came to a super interesting partnership with a security firm. I won't say names because I'm not sure I can disclose already. But this is going to be great for you guys actually, and also for your users, because we're gonna make it easy to integrate sort of a whole sort of security pipeline as you develop your application. And that's something we have we're gonna have let's say in store for you guys, and I think you will love it as well, and your users will love it as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's very cool.
Sorry, I keep it for later. I don't remember if I'm allowed to disclose it. So yeah.
And we have as well some news about security. So we have a partnership with AI audit tools. So you can audit, pre-audit all your smart contracts with AI, helping you to already discover 50 until 70% of the problem. And when you go to certified like Certic or other company, you need to spend much less. So that's the advantage.
Got it. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah, that's the idea. But of course, like, as we know, like, devil's in the in the details. So it you still can, when you're done with the sort of automatic security audit, then you can go ahead and invite the community to actually attack the contract itself, to make sure that bounty programs and all. So yeah, this is going to be in a sort of security pipeline, let's say, as well. So thank you so much, Andrea.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julien.
I will share the links of all that, some additional info about Codex, and about also about this name service contract that we deployed, and yeah. So I just wish the best to you, Andrea, and to the team.
Thank you so much. The best for you as well. And we can do our next session maybe with some update soon.
Sure. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Thanks again. Have a nice evening, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.